Whoa. Okay. How's just you don't need to be that big. Get out of here. Let's take this out of there. Sure. Sure. Avatar all janky. God damn it. Maybe it's my sick lighting. How's that? Fuck it. I don't want to push to talk. Let's change that. Hello? 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 No, hello? 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 No, okay. Voice activity. This should work. What? Maybe my mic's dying. Oh, no. No. Neither of those. Hello?
Hello.
Ah, okay, shit, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on. How y'all been?
Yeah, pretty good. Same but different.
Same but different. Okay. Does that pop up? Pops over there. Good. Are we waiting for...
Wordis, as far as I'm aware. He hasn't said otherwise.
Hey, Trap, are you here? Mr. Bowman's there?
He was here. He's posting random comments before.
Yeah. Can you try to change the music? Yeah. Can't get a drink. I'll be right back. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Sorry, it seems like the output was from a different microphone, which I don't understand because I only have one microphone.
You're an idiot, Scott.
Yeah. Hang on, let me restart.
Okay.
How's everyone been?
Not too bad. I'm just making sure. Checking if we're broadcasting on Twitch.
I believe we are.
I don't think we are.
Yeah. Yep, he is.
Hmm.
Unfortunately. Can't say any saucy things.
Ah, yes, I can see him. In that case, then I'll be a little bit nicer then. I don't like passive-aggressive people.
Oh, yeah.
If you call me and I can't answer the phone and you don't leave a voicemail, and then I message you 3 hours later, well, not even 3 hours later, 2.5 hours later, we'll say 2.5 hours later, I message you saying you called and you give me a passive-aggressive response, I'm not going to take to that lightly.
Eh?
Who do you think, Jess? Yep,
Yeah.
it's funny, Jess is asking me.
I knew exactly who it was.
Yeah. But anyway, actually, I'm going to try a different mic today.
What?
So I'm going to try a different mic today. See if this one sounds any better. Where's my audio video?
Can't tell if you're ignoring me or not.
Did someone say something?
No.
You're trying.
Ah,
Is he
that's
trying to talk?
very... Yeah, that sounds like shit.
Please stop it. Sounds like you're underwater 3 rooms away.
I get it. Some apps that sound good.
What?
Anyway, some of the apps that the microphone sounds really good, and some apps it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Can't work it out.
Must be how they interpret the signal.
I don't know, man. My voice is just too brilliant for it.
It's too much raw sexiness that some mics just tremble before it.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. Speaking of sexiness. Hey, Trap, we playing
Yes.
board games?
Yes.
Cool. Hey, Scott and Jess.
Scott and Jess, if you guys are more than welcome to come along.
My brother will be there,
What's
though.
it?
Don't worry, it's co-op board games, so
Oh,
Co-op.
When's this?
You mean
Saturday.
Street Fighter?
I missed that. When?
Saturday.
Yeah, we've got plans, sorry.
Oh, no.
It's okay, you
I
don't
mean,
have
if
to
you guys are
apologize.
still playing, like, later.
No,
Yeah.
probably not.
What time?
Yeah, fair enough.
We gotta finish it at like 6 at the latest.
Oh, wait, you're playing during the day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, then we could probably do that then. That's fine.
Yay.
We got dinner plans. So we would need to head off. Like, yeah.
Cool. So, like, lunch Saturday?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it should be good.
Hey, is that a Grotus in chat?
It is a wild Grotus.
A wild Grotus appears.
Sneaky. He used hide. It wasn't a very effective. Man, my LED light strip, fucking baller. Lights up whole goddamn room from behind my desk. It's like my whole desk is backlit. It's sick.
Well, it'd be good if you showed on the camera.
Haha, no.
See,
But it generates enough light that I can stream with my main light off and actually does better contrast.
so the thing is, I have a face for streaming. They're not so much. No offense.
None taken?
Rude.
That's why he's a VTuber. Sorry, I'm just shit staring. I'll stop you.
No, you're onto something. Continue. Keep telling me how
No.
ugly I am. I appreciate it. That rank honesty.
I
Yeah,
prefer
I
to
feel,
be nothing online, but all good.
I feel bad.
Oh, now you'll feel bad because I'm talking back. Okay. It would be easier if I just shut up and let you run the insult.
No.
Okay.
Ooh,
No.
we win D&D. Sweet. I rule all of the world.
Oh, game over. Drop wins. Drop 1 D&D, everybody.
Bye.
But
So, yeah,
okay, new campaign.
Let me just close the screen.
Preferably.
What game are we playing? Jason wanted to play Nemesis, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oof. That's like that's not co-op. That's a semi-co-op. So
Yeah, it's like crap. What's that zombie one where you're in the colonies?
in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what it's called, but yeah, it's like that, but in aliens and spaceships and stuff.
Why am I so janky? Stop being janky. So should probably stop playing this copyright music at some point. Let's play some video game music instead. That's not appropriate music. That's my playlist. Alright, guys. Valinga. Do I have a Valinga theme? No, I didn't. Let's run this one. Actually, let's let this one play out for a bit. What's that? Shut up. Cool. So, you guys ready to roll some virtual dice?
Yeah. Already have.
Yeah.
Man, look at that. Wait, am I on? Oh god, I'm moving the map layer around. What the fuck am I doing this one?
Yep.
Why did you doubted me? So, I didn't sneeze. So, what happened last time? Grotus, what happened last time?
I had that dream and was frantically looking around for Tashar. He had a look through his crystal bally thingy and said the town was all right.
You believed him?
I believed him. I didn't actually see anything. He just told me, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a dream, so it's not like I put a lot of stake into it, but enough for me to at least have something checked. What else did we do? That's what I remember. My bit.
Jess, you there?
Yeah.
What do you remember happened last session? I remember it wasn't a lot, unfortunately.
Had a bad dream.
About...
Enough to make me have a short rest and a point of exhaustion.
Right. So I'm trying to read my notes. Okay.
So, basically, yeah. I'll recap my bit. So, we identified the fork was like some kind of tuning fork that will teleport us into a different plane. We don't specifically know which one, but it's definitely an evil one. I think we went to a library. Yeah, we went to a library. It was they said that the scripting on it was, well, that was on the letter. Sorry, it looks infernal or visceral, but it's not those. But it looks something like that. He suggested to go to a different library that's now moved 30 minutes north of the Lingo. I'm certain that we'll have the answers to our questions there. So basically, from there, it was pretty much a good opportunity for Tessa to sort of stay back and rest if she so wishes, and we'll go off into that library to grab some info about how to use this fork, essentially, and go from there.
Yep. That
Well, I'm
sounds
not going to be
alright.
able to sleep off, so if you want me to come, I can come.
Yeah, it'd be really boring if she did nothing all session. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it'd be fine. Not that interesting.
You
guys can role play.
Kinky. So, yeah, another time. So it is morning. Fuck, is it? Yeah, it's still morning. You guys are in Tashar's house. What do you want to do? Oh, we can talk shit for an hour if you want, if that helps you guys get into the D&D mood, like normal.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I gotta be off at 9.
Yes.
So, do we know each other have had these individual dreams? So, in the morning, then I'm going to recount the dream I had. I'm going to be like, man, this shit was weird. As last night, had this really vivid dream.
To who? Whoever's nearest?
Yeah, to whoever's nearest. Sorry, Grotus, Bowman, Tessa, whomever's sort of nearest, and just sort of.
Or Tashar, Fuel, Tor, Hella, and Yelsi?
I'm guessing, are we sort of gathered,
Fucking everyone.
are we gathered like for breakfast or something?
There's food on carts around the place. Tashar ducked off, remember? So you've like to the library if you we had that conversation. So if you're reconvening in the what is it? I gotta put a name on this fucking room. What are we calling this room? This room with all the futons. That's right, the lounge. We call it the lounge. So, you turn to the lounge for some brunch.
Yep.
You'll see. The others are like just sort of chilling, eating, just talking shit. Fuel's headed out for a bit to like go find something, I guess. But Ella and Yelsa and Tor are there. Tashar's in the library dicking around. So if you four want to like reconvene for some food in the lounge.
Yeah. Yep. I'll head to the lounge.
I mean, Tess is there anyways. I think.
Yeah, and I'll have a bit of something to eat, and I'll just sort of basically just spit out to anybody that wants to listen, basically, just be like, man, I had a really fucked up dream last night. You know, I was dreaming about these fighting volcanoes and twisted castles and all this sort of stuff. And Lizeth was there, but she was in chains, and you know, there was a lady in black with red wings sitting there across from her. You know, it was really weird. It's like you almost feel it, like, you know, Elizabeth was crying, and Althea was sort of there saying, you know, some weird shit about, you know, that she's gonna have to serve somebody, and yeah, just everything will be okay. It's just, I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable about it. It just feels really weird. Is anyone listening to me?
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
I'm-
No,
Are
I mean,
they?
like in the room. I don't know, in the room or
Oh no, I'm off
in
to
general.
in the library.
Well, Scott, you were like with me when I was doing like
Yeah.
searching the place around. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no, I would be around, still anxious, but yeah, I'd be listening in, sort of nodding away. Once sort of he's finished his story, I guess I'll like, yeah. I've had weird dreams as well. And I've already told you about the dream that I've had already,
Mhm.
but something just doesn't feel right. That's why I was asking Tashar about if anyone can penetrate this sort of fortress, like his tower.
Yeah.
Right, that's what we're
Um,
did you ask to show about that last time?
Yeah, I asked him if he's like where we are was able to be invaded mind-wise, like or in
By
dreams, via dreams and stuff.
hmm. I think. Fuck. What did he say? I know. Did he give you an answer?
Didn't say much. He just said, what was it? No, he just said, it was a place where it was from mortal, sort of like mortal plane sort of. That's what I got out of it. And he doesn't have a defense against any kind of someone's dreams.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I think he said something like that. Like giving too much away. That it's I think he said it couldn't have been. It probably be hard for it to be like Xothan or something in person, or one of his disciples or something, because you're not technically in Valinga when you're inside Tashar's place.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he doesn't know how gods work, I guess. So so you guys have a chat. Tess, are you listening to like Scott talk about his thing?
Yeah,
Scott and
I'm
Grotus.
wrapped up in blanket as per GIF.
Yes. So Scott talks about how he had a dream of like some weird place he doesn't know where it was, and you know there was Elizabeth sort of captured by Althea, so in some conversation, and then Gro just talks about his. You tell them about seeing what is that?
About
Elf City?
what
Elf City like burnt.
Yeah, and all about. That's why had when Tashar was looking, he was saying that no, it doesn't look anything like it's burnt or anything's on fire.
Do you tell them about your dream, Tess?
Not yet.
I'd assume, I'd assume she was like rolled around to the other side in a corner somewhere and just sort of half listening in.
I'm eating some toast.
Yeah, yeah.
Crunch,
Nutella
crunch,
toast.
crunch. But like, I guess I creep over, but I don't say anything about having a dream. But I'm making it pretty clear that I'm not in a good space. But I curl the blanket a bit tighter, and I think about it and wonder if the reappearance and the quick exit had something to do with this, of that lady that we fought with in the tavern. It seems a bit convenient. I wonder if something happened to this town when she arrived and left. I wonder if it wasn't just us that all had bad dreams. I'm making the assumption everyone's had a bad dream. I don't know this, but
Down in the library, Bowman, what are you looking at?
He gone for a sec.
Of course,
just
of
got
course.
back.
Can I?
who's still in? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna ask everyone else, like Tor, Ella, see if
Yeah.
they've had any bad dreams or.
I was going to ask if they were in the room with us. So, same question.
Yeah, there's still nothing. Fuel dropped out for a little bit. Right. Ella says she had a dream that it was of Banjuul being invaded by cultists and fish people and giants, and her father was at the forefront of it, sort of leading the charge, and she was standing next to him.
Does that sound like a part of my dream? Or like where Saskia would have been? Well, not really.
You could infer that. I think Saskia was just sort of in some
She was in a
battlefield somewhere.
field or something, yeah. Alright,
Well,
cool. I just wasn't sure
specifically
if it was
the
something
city?
I would recognise. Like in the background or something.
Yeah, so Ella
Cool.
says she's riding on a giant into battle in Banjuul with her father.
Oh, she was riding in battle. Okay.
Yeah, so her...
Oh. So her dream wasn't necessarily a bad one.
What is to her?
Oh, well, actually, no, it is to her because she doesn't. Yeah, she's not on the same side. Never mind.
But her dream, actually, she could see herself in it, so it couldn't have been something that was happening. I mean, unless someone just made a copy of her or something.
Foreshadowing.
Tors says he had a dream, but he can't remember most of it.
Of course he didn't.
Fucking idiot.
Fail at
Rolls a
everything
0.
else.
Yeah.
May as well fail at your dream too. Fail at your dreams.
No, he reiterates. He goes, it's more like I had a dream that... God, this sounds even worse now. That he's like, I never accomplish anything. I just basically stop existing, and my entire memory, my entire existence is like wiped from existence, like as if I never existed.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Especially since he has no impact on the story pretty much at all at this point. kind of like you, Tess. Now Sia is a bit distant, and she doesn't offer up her story willingly, but she doesn't talk much, so it's not unusual. Does anyone press her for it?
Did I hear a story last week?
I don't know. Did you? I think you did.
Thought
Shit.
she did, and I can't quite remember what it was. Sorry.
Fuck, I can't remember what it was either.
Oops.
I took notes. I
Oh
think.
no, that's right. She saw Ella. Did she see her be killed, or she was something about hers?
Yeah. So
Like she saw her be
yeah,
like.
she saw Ella for sort of brainwashed into
That's
being
right.
and killing her, like killing Elsie.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that was pretty fucked up. I feel like these dreams are connected. Oopsies. I give her I guess a knowing look, like, well, that's a bit weird. Like, that she'd be dreaming that she was on battlefield, and knowing that her dream was that she was brainwashed. I convey that all in a look. She looks at me confused.
Okay. Can you make some
No,
kind
I'm
of
more
fucking
just like,
check?
you know, that's strange. But I'm not gonna like make her look like we've talked, and I just give her a little look like.
Alright, let me roll insight for her. So,
She thinks I'm flirting. Great. Or I'm just staring her down.
inappropriate flirting.
Yeah,
So,
it's my brand.
I have to get this off my chest. Fucking last night's D&D, Dave's daughter Kim was flirting with me the whole night. Like fucking playing footsies with me and shit. I'm sitting there with my brother and fucking her dad in the same room. She's like, it was...
That's a bit gay.
Well, she's 17, so it makes it even worse.
No, you were sitting in there fucking with her dad. Like, come on,
No,
man.
we were playing D&D. Sorry, words. But, so I'm sitting at one end, she's on one side playing footsies, and like, I don't know, she's distracted. She's 17, she's not really playing the game. So I'm like trying to teach her, because she's like casting spells. Like, you can hit stuff and you have Charm Divinity and all this, because she's playing Cleric.
Yep. Second best class.
Spells and shit.
First best class, sir.
Nah. Nah. Bard.
Is Bard? Yeah, Ty's playing a Bard, but he's a Palico.
He's a shit bard, yeah.
He's a Law Bard.
Different race. It's very racial.
What?
Is he human?
He's a Tabaxi.
Ah, see, that's why. No one trusts
He's a Palico, which is like a Tabaxi with some goblin traits. He's like a short cat. He's small. He's a small cat. And Dave's
bard?
Dave's a
Which bard?
necromancer wizard. And it's been so long since I played with with a wizard at the table. You kind of forget like their shtick.
Yep.
So I threw a fireball at the party and KO'd the fucking bard. But when the level 3, and I was like, nah, this wizard has fireball, and then skeletons came and fucked him up. And I'm like, man, nearly killed us with the random encounter. I was like, yes, random encounter, sure. 10 skellies and a mage.
Who did they piss off?
Oh, me. They're doing an evil campaign, so I thought they're going into the desert, which is like used to be a verdant valley where the Dragonborn people were from. But something happened a few thousand years ago, now it's a desert full of undead. So it's like, hey, let's see how their undead skills go. Cleric forgot they had turn undead. And then the mage casts what was it? It's like poison attacks, poison cantrip, and like they're immune to poison.
Oh my god!
And then did like some mind stuff or whatever, and they're like resistant to that. He's like, God damn it! So he's like, fuck it, acid. He like melted the skeleton mage boss.
Nice.
Stole his circlet of undead control or whatever it was. So now he's like, yeah, I can be a better necromancer. Like, yeah, imagine that. Necromancer. But no, it was a little awkward. So use chat to those people. Right, feels like that. You give her the look. Tessa, you give
Yep.
Ella a look. She looks back at you strangely, raises an eyebrow.
I look away.
Ella asks. No, she goes to say something to Nielsen and stops herself. She's like, what are our plans today? Are we, wait, what are we doing today?
I wouldn't mind heading to the library that's just moved here, just to see if I can get some bit more info on this scrap piece of leather and this fork that we've got here that we can find, basically.
Cool. Anyone have any input?
Not at this stage.
Sorry, what are we inputting?
Find out more about the fork. Or do
Yeah,
something
like,
else.
it's like late morning. What are you guys doing today?
Is that piece of scrap paper that I
The scrap leather that I think was at the Shah had a look at in the library and sort of like it looks kind of weird, looks kind of infernal, like thistle, but not quite. He said, but information we want will definitely be at that other library. Yeah.
I still had that scrap piece of paper that no one could read either, yeah?
That's what he's talking about.
Oh, that
It
is
was-
I thought it was leather.
It's a
Yeah.
leathery. It's like vellum.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
like-
okay.
It's like a thin, leathery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Leather scrap, yes. Bowman, how you going in the library? Are you looking for anything specific, or you just...
No, still looking up at the four gods, how they were human. Seeing
Yep.
if I can find out the process or like the starting steps on how they became gods.
My reference document. We're not gonna find anything in that book. Yeah, you flick through the rest of that book. It's a pretty small book. No, it doesn't say how they became gods. It just explains their just like the different names and stuffs. Whatever I told you last time. Cool. Do anything else in the library?
Maybe looking for mythical creature's hair. See if I can get some new strings for the loot.
see. There's a lot of books on mythical creatures, sort of roughly separated by type. What are you looking for in particular? Like,
I don't know, anything that's got longish hair, like probably horses, so like unicorns,
unicorns and shit?
sphinx, andrew sphinxes, something with a nice mane
Right.
or like a hairy tail.
You look at all those kinds of books and you get ideas. Are you looking for something
Excellent.
specific?
Probably something chaotic. Not quite lawful, not quite yeah, not quite evil. Yeah, maybe some neutral slash good, maybe.
That's
But
very
if we can find it dead, yeah.
specific wording.
I don't want to go out murdering a good one, just because it's not the best thing to do. If there's one already dead, or lying on the side of the road, fell off the back of a cart.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool. Wait, do dragons have hair? Probably not actually.
Or if there's magical sheep or llamas, spin the wool.
Right. Yep. No, that's a thing. Let me just have a quick scroll through here. Like a warg, or some kind of demon, or periton. So I think that kind of
Oh, yeah.
evil. Sea hag, hag hair. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would.
A nightmare? No, they're on fire. That doesn't count. Winter wolf. Yeah, there's a lot of demons, gnolls, succubus.
Ooh, did Althea have hair? Like long hair?
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh god. Let me take a quick note. The fuck is she now? Right. So, up top, you guys come to a conclusion to go to the library. Correct? That's what's happening.
Yep.
Mhm.
The DM
Mhm.
correct
I'd
here.
like to.
Okay.
So they've all come to join me in the library.
No, the other library.
Ah, yep. As that's happening, I'll look at Tessa and just take a keen eye to her hair.
Okay.
Just
Tessa,
quietly to me, just like
her long, blonde, golden locks shine in the permanent sunset kind of light. That's you.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not creepy at all. So, sorry. I thought I had the library map saved. Oh, you don't need the map, but I think the map's very, very nice. Problem is, I've since archived and deleted it, so just give me a hot second to refund the stupid thing. Yeah, so what he's doing?
Just wait for Bowman to come back and decide we're going to that the other the library to find out more information about that scrap piece of paper and the tuning fork.
Yep. Okay, so do you eventually go back for like any reason, or do you just stay in?
No, I'd be staying there, losing track of time.
Okay. So you guys.
Like, one of them, they'd have to come get me.
Mm-hmm.
But do they? No, apparently not. Eventually fuel comes back. He comes back to the library. And it has some words with Shah. It's like, good. And then those two go upstairs to the lounge. So, damn, I thought it would regulate itself. So they come up. Like, cool. Probably one of you. Do you want to go to the library? And
yeah, I'm saying that, yeah.
yeah, I thought you would. It's like, yep. We'll grab that now. Tasha's like, hey, remember how I asked you guys to get that broom from my brothers? Did you guys give that to me the other night?
I thought I did.
Did we not put it in the hanky and we actually didn't give him anything?
No, because I wasn't there.
Oh.
I thought you gave it back to him when you gave me my cloak. I could be wrong.
Your cloak?
Yeah, the one that changes the colours and shit.
One that changes colours and shit. Did?
It's up to you guys. I thought it was at the same time as that.
I'm not there. Am I there with them?
If you want to be, you can follow
Sure.
Tasha on that up.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we left it somewhere in one of the rooms.
Tasha. Okay. Well, I still need to go lose a game of Liar's Dice. So if you guys wanted to accompany me this afternoon, tonight, sometime,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Also, safety in numbers, and you know whatnot.
True.
Also, I'm pretty bad at my fists. So yeah, that's a thing we can do later, if you want. Right. I was like, cool. Let's all go to the lobby. I mean, the library.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to remake a map from scratch. It's great. Everyone should do it. This is a really big fucking map. Just scrap the fuck on it. Just scrap it. It's one pixel, motherfucker. Scrap it. How long has it been since you guys went to the library?
Which one? This one or
Or a library in
a
general.
library? Because the library was earlier today. Or we're talking about in real life because it's been a long time.
Not gonna lie, it's been a little time. Is it info? Why are they in info? No, but objects. What the hell? Why is this my funny buggers? Don't worry about it. Cool. Nah, it's not at the same. I had it all perfectly fucking synced up, and it's completely lost its sync. So that's annoying as shit. Whatever.
All fucked up.
Yeah, so it's fuck it. Who cares? Oh, maybe it's flipped. Oh yeah, it's flipped. I need to flip it. Let's get a map layer. So, oh, that is fucking close. That looks about right, actually. 'Cause that's pretty close. We'll go with that. So you guys, Riverlinga. So you guys, suit up, I guess, because some of you have armor that you can't sleep in. So you guys suit up, you know, and you head off. Now is let's see. Tor, Ella, and Yalsir say they have something else they gotta do, so they're gonna accompany you. Fuel is still worried about Marek, so it's just gonna be use 4 plus Deshar. So you leave Deshar's place under the street. Just gonna hot swap music. Skip that. Just something less orchestral. So you go out onto the street. It's almost lunch. And to get over to head north, yeah, you just go down the street you're on. So you head north along the street to Shah's place is on. Go across the bridge to the town common, and
As we're walking, can I just look behind? Just I don't know why, just because I'm feeling a bit uneasy. Just to have a bit of a look and make sure nobody is following us or anything sort of random like that.
Right, perception check.
Where's my character? Oh, there it is. Perception.
Nice. You're not being followed, but people are noticing you, like more than before.
Are they like whispering or anything, or
there's actually hear people talking sort of excitedly on the street. It doesn't seem to be about you. It seems to be about something else. But as you cross over into the sort of the part that's the town common, like the grassy bit on the side of the river.
if I come past somebody that's talking a little bit sort of excitedly, can I have a chat? Can I stop and have a chat to somebody, trying to determine what's going on?
Sure. What do you say? You just go, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, I'll just be like, really charismatically go up to him and be like, hey, how you going? What's so exciting? It's, try and.
I love that
I
that's
don't
your charismatic
Yeah, no,
voice.
is that
Hey,
is that
how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
is that how you
How you doing?
broach into conversations in real
You're
life?
basically Joey.
Yes.
It says headphones.
Yeah, so I'm basically just sort of just sort of saying what's going on, it's like everyone appears to be a bit sort of something's exciting,
Yep.
what's happening,
So there's Kuotoa speaking with a cultist. And like, oh, it's exciting times. Oh, yeah. And you come up and like, hey, fellow kids, what's going on? And then the
I'll do it
It's up.
charismatically.
you to what?
I want to do it charismatically.
They're just all I'm seeing in my head.
It'd be like that's right. Just
Piss off,
play
Gramps.
that, and then I'll persuade them to share the deeds if I need to.
Sure.
Let's be honest, if you can't
Persuade away.
persuade us. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, look at that crit.
How?
Wow.
Come on.
You're like, excuse me, fellow human beings. Could you share the news of the goings-ons? Like, oh yeah, oh, you just missed it. There was one of those tentacle-faced dude, one of those octopus-faced dudes, but a thing, and then Xothan spoke to the assembly in the common and said that we need to go get an item from Banjuul. So as soon as the giants show up, we're probably going to invade or something. He said, but we're handpicking people to go ahead and scope the place out. Is this exciting?
Convenient.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Like, oh, fuck off! I'm trying to write down. Okay.
It's times like these I remember that you're at work in IT.
I love it. Sorry, Scott. You do you.
That's my line. Man, I say it all the time. People do dumb shit. Like, you know what? You do you, buddy.
That's it. Life's
But I
too
mean
short.
that with all the love in the world. You know that. My favorite pastime is shit stirring you.
People watching. Oh, okay. So, and you share this with the group, or do you keep that shit to
Yeah,
yourself?
100%. No, 100% sharing with the group.
Now you need to roleplay that with us in your most charismatic voice.
Yo, I think something's going on. Apparently,
It's your boy.
Xothan showed himself and said that the people need to get this item. I don't know what the item is, but they need to get an item from Banjuul.
Oh. Okay then.
I'm writing it down. Banjuul. And
So do you do you ask anyone else about stuff in your charismatic voice?
So I'm just writing. Yeah, otherwise I'll forget this. 100%.
So will I.
Almost forgot. I
So will
almost
I.
forgot it. So
This is why I rewatched, like, skip through the video, like, before of last week. Like, get the cliff notes.
yeah. So I'll say to somebody that's sort of there, I'll be like, we'll turn around back to the back to another group maybe and just
Yeah, like that group's already kept walking. You guys
Yeah,
keep walking
yeah.
on.
Hey, I missed. Off, dog, don't bark at me. I just looked at me and looked up
Little
at me.
dog on the
barked
ground
at
and goes, bark, bark.
Yeah,
Fuck you, dog. You don't know me.
Alien.
fucking, you get a sleepy time pill if you keep it up.
Man, if only you could
Jesus.
treat kids like that.
Ow.
Yeah, for anybody listening, I don't actually do that.
No, yeah, 100% does that.
Wink. Can't
Oh,
say
Oh Jesus!
Cool.
No, we don't. We do not.
Cold
And when he
wink.
means sleepy time pills, he means sedation pills because we got some when he got desexed because he just kept running around. We were like, you were going to tear your stitches open, you
He
little
was-
shit.
He was
Anywho.
he was all streamlined and shit, so he's experiencing the speed.
Yeah,
boost.
she's a bit more irritating.
Oh, he's taking his revenge. That's for sure. The last 2 nights, he's been such a shit.
More than usual.
Oh yeah,
More than usual.
I think he's realised that we've cut off his nuts and he's not happy about it.
Little ghoulies.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it either, but anywho, so as I'm walking up, as we're walking, I'll approach another group. Hey, that was pretty cool, Xothan, yeah, we're gonna get that item, blah blah blah. Yeah, but I kind of only half heard it because, somebody just shoved me and giving him a good old punch and what a bunch of dicks. But what's the item that we're gonna get?
Can you make another persuasion check? It's a new group of people and your MO has changed. God damn this shit. So,
Shit
like,
hot.
you got punched. We should all go beat that person up. Who is it? Which one did it?
Nah,
Punch
it's all
you
right.
it.
It's all good. It's all good. I've sorted them out. It's all good. That's why I got distracted. Man. Bunch of dicks. But no, it's all good. It's all good. Plus, I can't let you guys have the fun. I want the fun. I'm a bit selfish like that. Sorry, guys. But,
Yep.
But anyway.
What was the question? I was yawning.
Yes, I'll have some ice cream, please, Jess. Thank you.
What?
I don't know. I was asking for ice cream.
Oh, what?
Thank you.
No.
So basically, yeah.
Make it.
Well,
Make
Your
a
drumstick
persuasion
or do you
check.
want the raspberry?
Drumstick. That's fine.
Oh, the drumstick.
That's fine. So I'll ask another group and say, yeah. I'll basically say what I sort of said is that, the shit that was going on, I just completely missed what Xothan was saying about the item. I know there was an item, but what was the item?
Look at it. Like, I don't know, some kind of like a circlet or like a tiara or a crown or something. I don't know. So it's important. But like we're gonna like some guys like volunteering to go scout the place out,
Yeah. That's what some other guys were saying. But
Yeah, then
pissed off if we
might
fucking
roll in
told
there
me.
later. But he's put. You missed the last bit about the fleet, about how we're boating up. We've got all these boats. They're gonna head south. They're looking for something in the ocean as well.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, like, fucking. And I look back over my shoulder looking for this dude that kind of like that shoved me or whatever.
This lie, it's getting intense, but
Yeah, of
continue.
course.
It's all about details.
Exactly. And then I'm like, oh, so there's the fleet. Yeah. I'm gonna look for something in the water. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Pretty excited.
You gonna help us scout out Banjuul?
I don't know. I mean, they both sound really fun. I mean,
We can go right now if you want. We have to go to a meeting. Out the dock, so that's the yawn.
Bye.
Go. If you're gonna come scout Banjuul, like we have to go to a meeting now, brother. Sir Door, you coming with us now?
give me a second. I'm just gonna chat to.
The missus get okay.
Nah, fuck this. I don't need to get permission from the missus. I'll just
Should
talk
I
to
get the ice
talk
cream?
to, I'll talk to my boys. I'll talk to the boys and sort of see what they're up to as well.
Sure.
But I'll meet you at the docks. You know, like I'll be quick.
What
and
was
I'll
your name again?
Some variation of squat. Be like snot. Yeah, call me snot. There you go. So that way I'll.
That's an unfortunate name, sir. I feel your pain.
Yeah, no. I grew up sneezing a lot. Yeah, I know. I don't even know
Okay.
what my
That's
real
you
name
now.
is. I don't know what my real name is, but that's what.
My name's Dick, so I get a lot of jokes, you know. So, I feel your pain,
Jeez.
brother.
What a bunch of assholes. But hey, doesn't matter. What doesn't kill us makes us.
No, Arsehole's my cousin.
Oh, asshole's a cousin. Okay.
He gives you a
Cool,
blank
cool.
look. He's like, that's a joke.
Oh, okay.
I was joking.
I get jokes.
Hey, are you with that dwarf and those two humans over there? Says the, blue-skinned fish person with gills that you're talking to.
Am I with them? I don't know. Are you
Are
referring
they?
to?
Because they're looking at you. Were they the ones that pushed you? Should we go fuck them up?
No. It wasn't them. No, it was some other fucking, random fucking dude. Some
Go description.
Goliath
Goliath.
looking dude, got one leg and
Guy pulls out a notepad.
patch on his eye.
Eye
Fuck, I
patch.
hope
One
this is
leg.
not describing fucking what's his name.
So,
You might
What's
be.
what
Tor.
is it? Tor? Yeah.
Oh,
I hope I'm not describing Tor.
I
It's gonna be
mean,
really. That's
No,
gonna be
you're
really
now
unfortunate.
describing Thor,
all
his evil twin.
oof.
Yeah, so I'll describe.
Okay. We'll save you a seat then, brother.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks.
What I don't know. They sort of let it. Oh yeah, no, it's cool. So they you head off.
Yep.
Go share the
Mhm.
news with the group.
Exactly. I'll
Tashar's like, a thing in Banjuul, huh? How you going? Bowman?
Pretty good so far. Chilling, relaxing.
Just walking. Okay.
Yeah, walking.
No one else running off to talk with the now locals.
Nope.
The new locals. So so you guys continue through town. Hearing like snippets of conversation and stuff. Straight onto the. Oh, sorry, not onto. Straight out of the gates, northwards. So you head north. Countryside doesn't look any different. Sort of like the forest on one side, coast on the other, and you walk for about 20 to 30 minutes before you start to see a big sort of domed building built right at the edge of. God, why am I yawning so much? This is getting fucking annoying. I actually slept.
Music.
Okay, let's find some technos. What's this? Sure, why not? That's random as fuck. Maybe you like ambient. Whoops, no. Play skip. Hair. So you walk for 20 minutes before you see the domed roof. A bit longer, yeah. You see it's built on the seaward side, sort of out towards the ocean, and it's the large sort of domed library building from a couple of weeks ago, in game, when you're in Nilfwadin, running from a giant skeleton thing, stealing a god sarcophagus or some shit. So let's just copy past you guys into. Cool. That should be locked out. It is. Cool. I'm gonna drag you guys over here. Cool. So.
Have we been here before?
Yes. Yes, you have.
Yeah. I kind of forgot.
So. You guys enter the facility. You see that the guards that guard it now. When you first came here, there were hobgoblins. Yeah, red pandas. But see, at the moment, they all seem to be sort of various fish people. Just sort of standing guard with their spears and nets. Occasionally, anything else actually? No, probably that. When you sort of walk through the courtyard, and sort of following Tesh, most likely. Unless you've any reason not to.
No, it's fine.
So you Tesh as you sort of go into that main room. There's all those like suits of armor. So that main foyer, and then into the sort of that massive library sort of bubble, the library proper. We found some useful stuff last time, mainly relating to a ball loot, but yeah, I guess that's useful. So what he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
What did you research?
The note and the like the tuning fork.
Yep.
I guess I'll ask him.
Sure. You go up to the main counter?
Yeah.
Yeah, to show excellent. So you go up to the main counter, you see a blue beholder sorting books.
Yep.
Do you guys have any overdue books for this place?
No,
We
we
did
didn't
not
take
take
anything.
it. No, we did not.
We weren't allowed to.
Mm.
What was the reason last time? Why weren't you?
Got
They're
no
in
idea.
They weren't they in the sealed, like the off limits section, and we had to sort of not bribe, but
Distract.
Yeah, and then we got it, and we hid.
distract him.
Yeah, we hid it under we hid somewhere before, and then it left, and then we were able to
Yeah.
walk through. Yeah.
We distracted, and then we got a rubbing or something of it because it wasn't paper.
That's right.
It was like chiseled stone or like pressed metal or something.
Wait, what was press?
The book
The
of
map,
the
wasn't it?
Celestials.
What?
What map?
Yeah, I think you got
Yeah.
some different things. So you
Never
did.
mind.
You
It was a
got,
celestial.
Been to multiple
books.
libraries.
Yeah.
So the first one I think Groves and I were talking about was the one in Ilfordine where we went in. Tashar was like, "Hey, we're cool," and he came in because he did that as a favor, and we gave him the map that led him to that.
Yep.
thing.
The port.
And then the
yeah,
second
exactly.
library
Portal
was
signals.
in It was
Was it Banjuul?
I think it was in Banjuul, wasn't it? And there was a
Getting my libraries
trapdoor in
mixed
the
up.
bottom, and you guys went down there. Isn't that where that was?
Yeah.
Oh
Where
yeah,
the
it was
rubbing
too.
was?
Yeah, that was upstairs.
Yeah.
with the
Then you
rubbing,
got the.
Mm. And you like distracted them,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You got the
here I
rubbing.
just spent time with the
went
Beholder and a Hobgoblin Wizard
asking
talking
about
about war loot.
wallets.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we designed something.
Yeah.
That was in Ilfordine, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's right. And you got the friendly book for Teshar, and he gave you the Audible Hole. Yeah.
That was for the stuff in Ilfordine, yeah. But didn't we get like a map of some sort? I don't know if that was in the second trip where it was like kind of like the whole, I want to say solar system, but solar system for lack of a better term. And it had all the planets and stuff. And then there was something else that was the system with the 2 moons that was related to my religion, or 2 suns. I don't fucking know. I'm not keeping
Bowman
it.
got that stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's what I thought was second trip had.
Yes, Bowman's player knows nothing.
about the fuck, where did you find that map? Was it in this library or the next one?
Right on the map, in the Dwarven city with the crazy guy, where we convinced him that we were his subconscious.
Oh.
Plural. Yeah.
Have we been to another library then? Jesus. Or is that library?
That's that was after Nilfordine.
Yes.
Because he bamfed you out, and instead of bamfing you straight to the capital, you took a quick detour through the. Does anyone remember what was so weird about that city?
The underwater city.
Yes, the underwater city. Like it was kind of built under a dome or something. So, so that's what happened last time we were in the library. So what are you doing this time? You just walk up to the counter, you see the blue beholder sorting books, and what do you ask them collectively? Sorry, what? Did anyone say anything just then?
No, he's Scott's not back yet.
Yeah, I was like, that's really quiet. Am I? Is my speakers broken?
No, just asking about. It's been a while. Do you remember us? If so, excellent. We need locations for books on tuning forks and what was the other thing, Grotus?
This bit of scrap paper, and then show him something to translate this. The markings on this.
Translations. Books on translating.
We just looks. Yes, I remember you. You're Tashar. Expect you. Right, you're guests. Tuning forks. Yes, we have that. That's in the upstairs in the sort of magical items sort of books. And what was the other one? A scrap of paper. If you're trying to compare writing, is that? Oh, you just want to find out what language it's written in.
Yeah, pretty much what language it's written in.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good idea of what the language is, but we're just not 100% sure of wouldn't mind getting a bit of a translation to it.
Yeah, so, yeah, give us a quick look. Maybe, yeah, I can help. You know, with my one big eye, bigger than yours, sees better, all that.
Sure.
T-shirt scrap to it.
If
It's
you
on
do.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't Grotus have the...
Yeah.
So
I'll show him.
Holder looks at the scrap. Has to make a dice roll check. That's pretty fucking good. Yes, I'm familiar with this language. It's the in-between language. What are they called now? The creatures that live between Earth and not Earth. Creatures that live between the devils and the demons. So, what section that be in? It'd just be over here. And he points to wiggles one of his wavy tentacle eye stalk things at one of the nearby bookshelves. It's like, yes, this section might be helpful in discerning languages.
Ooh, excellent.
Anything else?
Not particularly. Anyone else got anything they want to? Ooh.
Is there anything weird about how he pointed us like in that direction? Like, is he sus about it, or is he just flat out just saying no?
Can you repeat that again?
I was just wondering whether there was anything sus about the way he was telling us the location of where that script was. So basically, I'm just trying to discern whether he's about to turn around and contact somebody and say, "Hey, these guys are looking for this shit,"
Or he's led us into the wrong direction or something.
or he's led us in the wrong direction. Sort of thing. Yeah.
Right. I guess it'd be insight then.
Cool. Shall we roll it?
No, I just want you to say insight.
Okay, insight.
Okay. No, fucking roll it, mate.
He said roll, not
Yeah, no, okay.
roll.
It's what?
Disregard mine.
Okay. It's a. Let's see, how many? I made a few. It doesn't seem like malicious intent. You know, like, it doesn't seem. But at the same time, it is a beholder. It has pointy teeth, one big eye. It's unnerving, and I think you fought one or two at this point. So, it gives you directions, like I said before, like to the bookshelf,
Yep.
and we're upstairs. But there's nothing in the way that they give those directions to like tell you that, oh, this is a trap.
Yeah.
Okay. What he's doing?
Well, let's go to the location where he says the what's it called?
The languages? Yep.
Yeah, language one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone want to go for the tuning fork book area?
Oh yeah, I'll go with the piece of paper to the language area and start
Right.
looking for the
Cool.
book.
So you go up to the second floor, start looking around. Over at the languages section, where do you specifically look? Let's not see if you can pick up on clues in text or not.
Well, how would it be sort of?
I mean, you went to the tuning fork section, did you not, Grotus?
I would have gone to the languages bit.
Right, you went to tuning fork?
I'll go to the tuning fork.
Okay. Yeah, so languages, how do you look for the languages book? Just have interest.
Well, I'd assume it'd be. I'm assuming it's not in Dewey Decimal System, so.
No, it's an
Let's get-
alphabetical order.
He said the in between, so I'd be looking for something along the lines of the word books of the in between or languages of the in between. So that kind of a sense. So either B's or L's.
Bees or else. There is languages about I guess doppelgangers as well. There's languages about people that shift, so that in between different like lycanthropes.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see.
There is kind of like a section like languages, and then it's sort of organized by there's like a handy dandy diagram, and like at the end of one of the shelves, it's like languages, based on outer planes. It's like outer planar, extraplanar languages.
Did the beholder at the front the counter, he did say, "Oh, what do you call it now?" So I'd assume that means that's an old language.
That's fair enough. Yep.
So I'd be looking for something. If there's a bit saying old or forgotten languages or uncommon languages.
Yeah. There is some books saying languages of the Oberith and the Tanari and all these other words, which don't mean anything. My brain has failed me. I'm trying to find the exact word. Let me just look it up. So I don't give you like something weird. Cool. Make a perception check for me real quick. Yeah, perception or investigation. Your choice. I'll give you a choice.
Perception. Oh, they're both pretty poo.
Say deception or perception?
Yeah, he's going to deceive his way into finding the book.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought.
Perception.
Yeah, I just thought I heard.
Sorry, I should not be a salty bitch. I'm sorry.
Perception. 19.
Nice. As you sort of looking at like the books about like this Tanari, and it's like some old stuff. You do see like some scratchings that kind of resemble what's written on your book, and it's
Yeah, I was gonna say because I ain't so book smart.
I ain't read
I'd
good.
be pretty much be getting that leathery scrap piece of paper and then just going through books and trying to look for something that looks similar.
Sure.
And then reading it.
There's a book which is like languages, evil languages, and there's like, the languages of Batur is one book, and there's like another, the languages of the Tanari, and in the middle there's a book saying the languages of demons, but it's spelled a little odd. It's spelled Daemons.
Okay, right.
But on the cover also has some scratchings that kind of all the sort of like these books on evil things, they'll have a very similar alphabet. So like all these books kind of roughly resemble what's written on the part of the scrap of leathery stuff.
Well, so yeah, I'll definitely flick through that and see if there's any way of if there's a translation sort of page, or if there's anything of that sort. If there's not, then I'll be looking for other books of the demons.
So
Like in the
daemons.
Daemons.
Yeah. So the book of daemons sort of opens up saying,
Matt Damon?
like it's a really old dusty book.
I'm thinking of like the Linux services called Daemons. Or Demons, but spelled Daemons.
So it says, daemons are basically the most selfish, most mercenary, basically a pack of cunts from the Blood War, so the war between the Batizu and the Tanari. And it goes on how about their language is just sort of descended from the language of the Batizu, and then it sort of has like how to sort of translate Batizu into that, but that doesn't. It's like a derivative language. It's a very old book. There's lots of like, it's not written like how a more modern book would be. It's like written like in first person and shit. Like this person's like, oh, when I was learning about the languages and this and that.
Like a bit of a biography type thing.
Bit of a what?
Biography type thing. Say it was
Yeah.
It sounds more like when you're trying to find a recipe online, and then instead of saying the recipe, goes, "Oh, my parents were giving me this." God damn it!
It's like 2 paragraphs
When I
of
was down at
shit.
the lake house on my summer break.
Like, one year I went to south of France and found this amazing croissant recipe. And you're like, bitch, just give me the ingredients.
I got pounded by this French man.
Yes, it's exactly like
sorry,
that.
Like, did you get pounded by some French man?
I'm glad that's what you took from this conversation. Jesus.
Awkward. So,
my past is my past. And I look to the future with this risotto recipe below.
Yeah. Oh God, this risotto sounds amazing.
So yeah, it goes on about there's blah 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 daemons, blah blah blah, look like animals and shit. And then it has like a very loose. It doesn't translate. It's kind of like when people fucking try and translate shit from Japanese or from Chinese. How it's like, it's just fundamentally a differently structured language. It's kind of like that.
But you can get the gist.
Yeah, you get the gist. So it does have words that look similar to what's written on your thing, but at the same time, there's no exact match. So it's probably this daemon language, whatever it. Like I said, there's a very old, dusty book, hasn't been opened for a while. So it is both useful and not useful. It's sorry. Yeah, there's no direct translation for whatever's written on your scrap. But it is daemonic? Well, that's no way to speak to someone. Grotus.
It's Toby wanting to, obviously. Obviously Toby. But wanting to play with the sheepy.
Do you keep looking for more books and shit? Maybe to relate to this demon language or some shit? Daemon? Daemon?
Matt Damon.
While you think about that, who went to go look for tuning fork shit?
Me.
So, damn it, I have to keep opening tabs and looking up all the stuff I looked up to create this bullshit. Where is... There it is. So, right, you found like Baby's first guide to plane shift.
What was it? First guide to plane shift? What?
Yeah, it's like uh,
And what was the wording?
plane shifting for dummies.
Okay.
And it mentions how there is like when you travel the Astral Sea, and you find pathways to the other realms and like all their colors and shit. Now those colors relate to musical notes on it, like on an instrument, and how that certain materials, when tuned to certain notes, create anchors in time, space, and across dimensions. The same way that like sometimes planes bleed through, create links when like say like in the depths of the ocean there's links to the plane of water, or like high in the sky there's like links to the plane of air. The same is true of all the other planes, such as say places that are very chaotic, of a very sort of evil, chaotic kind of nature, tend to link to like pandemonium, the plane of pandemonium. Places that are very sort of lawful and whatever, linked to Mechanus or whatever, and then like you skip through a bit, blah blah blah, whatever. And it says tuning fork made out of iron will link to one of the evil planes, so Pandemonium, the Abyss, Kaseri, Hades, Gehenna, the Nine Hells, or Acheron is like the list of things. And it goes on. It's then in like a completely different chapter after like flicking for like 2 minutes. Mentions how like the note that the fork makes will take you to a specific plane within the metal type subgroup, because there's also notes like there's nickel and gold and silver and quartz and glass and copper and zinc. They all take you to different planes, and then depending on the note the fork makes takes to a specific sort of subset of that plane. It's like the first example is like, oh, you want to go to the fire plane, you need a copper rod that's tuned to the note A. But if you have a bronze rod that's tuned to the note A, it'll take you to the plane of smoke instead. Or like a zinc rod tuned to A sharp takes you to the plane of minerals. So it's like, steam or whatever. So you're like, yeah, cool, whatever. Fuck, I'll flick through a bit more.
Yeah, I'm looking for specifics about where this particular fork might take us. And I might, if I have to go back to Brodus and say, and what note do you think this is playing in, sort of thing, and
So you take the book back to Grodus.
Yeah, I'll take the book back to Grodus. Sorry.
Meanwhile, Grodus is looking at like...
Bowman, not Grodus, sorry, Bowman.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know shit.
He's just a fake bard, remember?
Yeah.
Oh wait, or was that you? One of you was a fake bard
That
for
was
customs. Me. Okay, that was
yeah,
you.
it was
Cool.
Grodus, yeah.
For customs reasons.
I want a real bard.
Meanwhile, Bowman, what are you doing?
Be going back to the beholder behind the desk and asking about ways to ascend to gain power and the drawbacks.
They ask you looking for a how-to book or just like stories?
Should we be worried?
As a DM, I am very worried, but
We're going on a side quest.
Yeah,
just need to achieve godhood real quick.
yeah, or how to
BRB.
strip power from a god, like forcefully, or like forcefully weaken gods.
Just curious.
There's a religion section, practical religion section up over. Wait, is that in the private collection? Nah. I point you to like over against the wall. There's like a section on like religion, and then like next to it, there's like a small like couple of shelves and a small collection of books. It's like how to kill a god. and then and there is in the How to Kill a God book. It's like, killing gods are almost impossible because as long as they're followers, they come back. So step 1, kill all their followers first. It's like step 2, trap them in one of the planes that they can't get out of, because of powers and whatnot. Or step 3, have another god kill them. And it's like, that's pretty much it. Or get some kind of it's a pretty shit book to be honest, but it's more or less what it covers is with if a god has followers, they will eventually return to power. Or if it says don't ever let a god exist in the Astral Sea, because the Astral Sea is one of the things that links to every plane and every space. So
Okay.
gods are born in the Astral Sea, and when they die, they sort of return there. So the Astral Sea is the sort of the plane of thought. So, to kill a god or to kill any creature, you have to destroy it on its home plane of existence.
Yep.
But gods, once they achieve godhood, they get a realm. So you can only actually kill a god when it's in its realm. And usually they have enough powers and protection that you need another god tier kind of, and either another god or some god tier item to kill them. And there have been there's stories of god tier items, but they're very few and far between.
All right, I guess that'll go to my next, lead me on to get find out what god tier items are.
Okay. I'll have to get back to you on
Going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but they're fucking full, a full day on Wikipedia. The thing about trapping them in another planes is that because when a god is you can trap them in the material plane, is what it says. If you can lock them out, because when they're in their home plane, they're connected to all their followers essentially. So when you trap them in the material plane, it kind of degrades their status a little bit. So there's some ways to do it. It's hard. And even then, if another a god that's allied with them could come and free them pretty easily, so it's not an easy thing at all taking on a god. Yeah, so yeah, the key takeaways are followers. Something
Kill all
about
their followers, then kill them on their home plane.
yeah. And even to kill them is hard, so you need another god or a very unique item. Because you do get a lot of... Becoming a god gives you lots of leeway and powers that are beyond a normal mortal's reach. There is sort of, as you're looking for a book on god tier items, sounds like a MMO category. There's the book on Attaining Godhood. And it says that you're either created through necessity, other gods can spawn a new god on agreement. But most gods are just mortals that did something exceptional and were chosen.
What were we talking about?
What were we talking about?
Shut up, Siri.
Guys, we have a 5th player now.
Oh god. It's been talking shit non-stop. But yeah, there's a thing about most models just get do something exceptional, and then when they die, they get chosen instead of going into the afterlife. They get risen up to take on a portfolio that relates to what they did in life. So kind of like a democratically elected person goes into an office. Nice. So you're looking at that. Tuning Fork and what was it, Daemons? Yeah, right. Grotus. So now it's Daemons. Grotus, were you looking into Daemons anymore, or are we moving on?
I was still trying to see if I can translate that whole scrap piece of paper. Or leather, or whatever.
Right. There doesn't seem like, for this Daemon language, it seems to be an old language, and not much is known about it. But it is related to, as that book said, Betizu and Tanari. Yep. So I mean, if you've had books on those, it would be similar, but not the same.
Yeah. Oh well, I think that's what we're gonna do. Is if I couldn't find any direct translations, I'd try and see if I can at least figure out some of the wording.
Yep.
From any of those other 2 languages, and sort of try and get the gist of the whole lettering
Sure.
the paper.
Can you, do you just sort of poke around this section for like this languages section?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just now going on to trying to discern like little bits of the as much as I can.
Okay. So, do you want to make me another sort of looking around check to see if you can find Betizu or Tanari anywhere? Like a read on any book spines or anything? Mr. Dan?
Can't find any info. I'll gather what I can and
do you want to make a perception check or investigation check? See if you can find Betizu or Tanari written on anything.
Oh right, sorry.
Nice. Well, you don't find any spines. You just start like flicking open random books. The sort of book. No. Hello. I'm gonna call you Delrin. Fuck you, Davian. So you do find a book about that mentions Tanari, and it's sort of like as you're flicking through a book on demons, it mentions that the original demon, the first few demons, was called Tanari, and that they've been in a blood war against the devils, which is the original bunch of devils, which are now related to the archdevils, as we're called the Betizu, way back, like in the before times. Sort of during, millennia ago, during the elemental chaos times, these 2 different races came from different folds of space-time and settled these planes, and so basically say everything came from elsewhere. So from that you gather that Baptiste and Tenari is actually just the old world names for what became devils and demons. And so knowing that, kind of abyssal and infernal, sort of similar to what's written, but the words aren't exactly the same. But you spend some time. That would be
I'll spend some time just trying to cross-reference and
match up characters and shit.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you? That'd be investigation. That's like fucking investigations when you're fucking Sherlock Holmesing some shit. So that.
Investigation it.
Yep. Nah, come
No.
on. 7? No. Okay.
Yeah, as I said, I'm stupid.
So you can't. These exact series of symbols don't make any sense as far as you go. So we'll jump to Squat. You were looking for Bowman to ask him.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking for Bowman to take the book over. Basically, I want to bang the fork and try and determine the note it's playing.
Sure. You do that in the library. You just hit the fork on a bench. Go over to Bowman.
Yeah. I'm not that fast. I'll just do it.
Sure. Bowman?
Yes.
Does your character have perfect pitch, or do you break out the lute and start playing around until you can match it?
Probably say I'm pretty close to perfect. Come on.
I'd say Bowman
Bard
is
wouldn't be.
Uber Bard.
I am performance bard.
Okay. Wait. So it plays an F. Yes. Plays an F note.
Ground note.
Yes, it plays the fuck note. And then as you flick through, you find that this note on an iron. So you get a section, it's what? It's in the back of the book, it's look up. So it's an F will either take you to the Beastlands if it's gold, or to Gehenna if it's iron.
Gehenna.
Yes, Gehenna.
I've been finding while I'm on this. Do you need any of this stuff? Okay.
So it's different planes. Is there a map of the planes, or does it say where Gehenna may be located?
Gehenna is a plane. Yes, it's a plane. A map of the planes. The planes are often just mapped out based on how evil, good, and how lawful and chaotic they are. It doesn't not the actual space position, but you can find one of those. The what's it called? The Great Wheel cosmology. Yeah. Great Wheel cosmology 5e. It's fine. Quick. It'll take us to the.
Does the book indicate how to activate the tuning fork?
Oh, the book you're looking at for this tuning fork stuff is called Plane Shift 101.
Yep.
And it mentions that you need to know the plane shift spell, which for legal reasons it can't reproduce in this book. But mentions it as being a high level spell that will transport 7 or 8 other beings to an alternate dimension. As long as the caster is, familiar with the plane or has some kind of anchor, such as a tuning fork. And that travel without a tuning fork is stupid because it'll just throw you wherever the bloody caster thinks of, pretty much. Or
Yep.
It's not nice. And that certain forks can be tuned to deeper layers because the same way that the material plane has its different layers, as in the Feywild and the Shadow and the Fog and that, and the ethereal, kind of like layers that sit above and below the material and mirror it. Other planes also have layers. For instance, the Nine Hells has 9 layers, so the other planes aren't like. It shows you the I think you probably all know the Great Wheel picture. So I'm gonna find a good one. Oh, that's an actual wall print. Holy fuck, that's beautiful. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, no, that's a good one. Let's do that one. No, not to tokens. Oh, that one's even better. Let's do that. So I'll just dump him here in Discord. So these kind of things like this, there's one in the back of the player's book because it was the oldest kind of one. There's one in a fucking high res. 200 pixels is not high res, you lying piece of shit. Oh, there you go. No, it's not even a full crop. So
That's how you spell Gehenna.
I think there's another one. Yeah, so this is just. That's an old school one. Nice. This is how they just depict them to make sense of them, but it's not how they're arranged at all. They're all kind of just floating in the sea, I guess.
Yep.
But what's this one? Yeah, you can see that Gehenna resides between the Nine Hells and the Abyss, along with Hades and Kasiri.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one. Let's see. Is that Gehenna? Nine Hells. Hades, yep. Different places have different names throughout times. For instance, Tartarus and Kaseri. It changed its name at some point. The Abyss was also a different name at one point. But it mentioned so the Plane Shift book also mentions a few other things of note, which you almost miss, but they kind of outlined in like a little bit at the back, like saying, if you're not if you use Plane Shift and get stuck, how do you get back? It mentions the Astral Sea connects everything to everything. So if you can get into the Astral Sea, you can eventually get out, but time moves differently in different planes. Notably, time moves a lot slower in these outer planes compared to the material, and then so now if you plane shift into say Hades and come back a day later, like several years may have passed in the material plane.
Yep.
And it's not the same time scale for every plane. So it mentions through the lower planes you can use the river Styx, Lynx, sort of like parts of the lower planes are all linked by the river Styx, because that's how evil souls. Just briefly mentions when you die, you sort of go through the shadow plane to the Fogue, which is kind of like where you're judged, and you're either put on the infinite staircase, which links all the upper planes, or you're sent on the river Styx on a boat ride to be dropped off at one of the lower planes. And there's a few other ways to get around. There's a place called Outlands, which is like a commercial hub plane that links all the planes as well. Yeah, then the staircase and the Styx. Is there any other way to get around? The Astral? Yeah. There's hidden ways. But normally with a powerful spell like Plane Shift will just let you teleport a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
And using a tuning fork will actually get you to the spot you choose.
Yeah, but
Rather than just being like, I want to go to, Gehenna, and just like, boom, throws into a random ass place in Gehenna. The fork itself will be tuned to a spot on Gehenna.
yeah,
And that mentions because, like with the material plane and the elemental planes, how they all kind of like layers. So like the material plane's like a stack, and the elemental plane is like a cube of sorts, like we're kind of all stacks differently. And then like the outer planes, each of them has their own set, kind of like the Nine Hells and the Abyss, kind of like a stack. Casseri is like a ring of like layers. So like if the tuning fork plays a chord rather than a single note, it actually takes you to a very specific layer based on the chord it plays.
Yep.
So a tuning fork that plays a single note only takes you to the entry layer, basically, like the entry level. So for like so if you had a tuning fork to get you back to the material plane, it would take you to material prime. It wouldn't take you to the ethereal or the Feywild or anything like that. So if, like, say a plane like Mechanus, which only has one layer, that's fine. But a plane like the Abyss, which has an infinite number of layers, having a tuning fork would be essential in order to not plane shift into the wrong fucking layer and not be where you wanted.
So, stupid question. If you've used the plane shift spell with a fork to get it to a specific location,
Yep.
You need a fork to get you back. Different fork to get you back to the location you want to go to. Is that right?
Yes. So unlike some spells, like it does mention astral projection and a few other things like gate. When you plane shift, you actually physically relocate to that place. And it is a one-way thing. There's no linking back. There's no like safety net. It's also that's why it's a high level and dangerous spell. That's why this little plane shift 101 book exists.
Yep.
It's like, yo, don't just go plane shift and be like, yo, I want to go to Celestia, and then you just end up lost in the Eternal Sea somewhere and not actually at Celestia. So
yeah, fair enough.
That's that creates too.
Cool. I'm gonna close up this plane shift book and or plane shift 101 book and see if I can, or I'll go to the counter and see if I can borrow this.
Sure. Yeah, the creepy blue thing. Asks if you have your library card on you.
And I say no, but I'm a good person and I promise I won't steal his book. And I'll try and convince him that it's a good idea.
Do you want to roll perception there?
Perception?
Oh, deception. No.
Persuasion.
That's the one. Meanwhile, Tess, what the fuck are you doing?
Waiting to be asked. I want to find a book. That'd be nice.
On how to make your dreams not come true.
Yeah, totally.
How to save an already undead person from death.
Yep. Totes my goats.
Undeath, is it a one-way thing? Question mark.
The meaning of life. Anyway, I want to, because I have a bit of time, look at some religions, probably starting with my own, on like any mention of artifacts or like holy items or anything like that, hoping to find something around the tiara. Because I'm assuming, because they're going to Banjuul, that potentially they're going to my neck of the woods in the church. And I'm trying to see if maybe there's something that will ping. And then probably if it's beyond mine, I'll probably check their religion next.
So I
Shit.
don't, because it was like a year or two ago, last time in this library. They only have the one book on the Church of Holy Fire. It's a very recent book.
Yeah.
Like paperback stapled together like a fucking zine. And it's like, Church of Holy Fire is shit. It's full of dumb people. And that's like basically the book, if you recall.
Yep.
Whereas if you look for a church on Xothan, there's a huge section on like Xothan through history, like, and also smaller sections on like the other three of the gods and stuff like that. So,
which one hasn't been discovered or released yet? Like, I'm assuming they're trying to release the other captive.
Why would they do that?
Oh, I don't know. So I don't know if maybe it's an item that's going to be related to that. I don't know. I'm just trying to find the best pathways to hopefully something quick. But yeah.
What do you mean the one guy that hasn't been released? Oh my god, this yawn. Why are you
I don't know. Isn't there one that's... or two?
3.
Okay, we haven't. Okay. No, but we took one and we released one. So isn't there two left?
Program. Yes.
Yeah, as far as we know. That's what I mean. Like, if they're trying to release the other two, I don't know if it's an item that's related to them, or I was thinking it was related to my own religion.
Do you remember the names of the other two?
Oh, fuck. My notes are somewhere.
So we got Xothan, is magical water boy. You remember, what's the lady of Sex and War?
Shadeth.
There you go. So you're looking for books relating to Nathag and Yatesh?
Sure.
Nathag, known
I don't
as...
know if the tiara belongs to them, to be honest.
If you flick through the books relating to Nathag Thor, the unending hunger, the greedy conquest, the sword and chain, mentions that. Let's see what I mention.
Tell us all.
Let me just see how lucky you are today.
What?
So it mentions that Nathag, because I don't think anyone's really looked. They kind of like surface information, but now you're kind of in the Library of Xothan's knowledge. So Xothan is all about magic and spellcasters, and also the deep, the ocean, the unknown. Shadeth is all about, war and passion. So like her followers are all like orcs and also devils and things like that. Nathag, being greed, traditionally is followed by dragons.
Oh, fun.
And Yatesh being mainly about time and death. Most of their followers are actually undead. So like things like liches and mummies and stuff pray to Yatesh to like preserve them. Whereas things like true dragons, dragonkin, they pray to Natharg to like give them wealth or like give them things to conquest over. But nothing in this library speaks of recent events. And in terms of magic items, there's lots of stories of things of past and from long lands that probably aren't this one. But there would not be a catalogue of, Banjuul artifacts or anything like that. Like I said, there's stories of weapons from lands you've never heard of, like, Greyhawk or Toril or the cursed things from Darkstar.
Yeah, totally.
Like all these, all these names that mean nothing. But there's in like any kind of item, like any kind of book about magical items and powerful things through history. There's some interesting shit that would be very distracting and would waste a day on Wikipedia, but nothing specifically to Banjuul or to the Church of the Sacred Flame.
Are there any other major religions that would be against these motherfuckers?
Most religions are against other religions, if human history tells me fucking anything. Beyond that, shit.
Okay.
Let me ponder.
Maybe I might find something if we went back to the church.
Perhaps. As you're looking at the section of items, you do bump into Bowman, who's also looking for items. There would be some weird shit. Give me a hot second, Bowman. Unless you've left because it is 9:15.
About to.
So in terms of most powerful items, there is some stuff mentioned about, dragon orbs, special decks of cards which break the laws of reality. Talismans of like pure evil and shit like that. Oh yeah, and artifacts made from parts of gods that have moved on, like if they take an actual part of a god and turn it into an item with a purpose. Let me just, where's my? I think the artifact section would do the right thing if you give me a hot sec here to hold. Why do I have so many goddamn windows open? Right, in relation to gods, it says something like the Hand of Vecna or the Wand of Orcus. These are things. Things created by gods rather than created by, earthbound or mortals. Carry like way more power than anything else. I'm trying to think, there was a thing. Right, yeah, it uses the Hand of Vecna as an example so the Sword of Cass was created by Vecna to like, and given to like his most loyal servant, but then later on this, someone turned against him and used the Sword of Cass to cut off Vecna's own hand. And then the hand became its own magical item because it's part of a god. So like that kind of weird shit. See, anything created by gods is usually like god tier magic items. But there are stories of like swords made specifically to kill gods. Actually, I can't remember the name of it. That's right. It'd be in a different plane of existence to this one, but there have been things created specifically to kill gods. Most things of that tier, though, have a heavy toll. Curse the user in some way or require some kind of sacrifice or exchange in order to function. For instance, the story of during there was a period of history in a far-off plane called Toril, where a mortal realm called Toril, where the gods the over-god of that realm sort of kicked all the gods into the mortal plane, and they lost all their powers, and they sort of went around killing each other. It was kind of messed up. But yeah, so there's interesting stories about other places. But no, there's the history of this world you're in of Banjuul only goes back about 500 years, and there's no catalogue of super powerful magic items, especially not in this library. Seeming as this is the collective knowledge of this is everything that like Xothan's cultist sort of collection, taken from like all across time and space pretty much. So that's all I got for you guys. Does that not answer your questions? Anyone?
Yeah, that answers mine.
Okay. So yeah, your question was like, is a weapon to kill God? Yes. But not unknown in this time and place. Did you have a follow-up question, Roman?
Nah.
And
What did the librarian dude say about my request to borrow a book?
right. That was the 14 persuasion. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, cool. Sign up for a library card. Because I think you've borrowed. No, you were brought in by a like respectable member.
Yeah,
And
respectable. You'll call it that.
Sure. And then yeah, he just has to like sign for you to get a card, and then you can borrow whenever you want. And they've been handing out a lot of cards lately.
Cool. And I'll fill out the
The form, it's like, what's your name? Alright.
yeah.
What do you write?
I'll fill out my actual details.
Okay.
Sorry.
As it says, are you gonna steal from us? And there's like a tick box for yes and a tick box for no, and then a tick box for maybe.
I'll tick no.
Okay, and like that's you hand that back. You're like, okay, that's a short questionnaire. You hand it back, and it hands you like a little piece of like folded cardboard. It's just like Xothan Collective Library, and it has your name written on it already.
Yep.
Like there you go. So makes like a boop sound, gives you your book.
Cool.
Which was Plane Shift 101. Who's doing what now? So, Grotus, what were you doing again? That's right, trying to decipher the scrap.
Chicken scratch that it is.
So I'm just taking notes so I don't forget. Plane shift 101. I'll show you got a 7 investigation. Yeah, whatever link there is between these languages, it must be in syntax and not in, writing. Fuck, would it be... Okay, fuck, just make a straight intelligence roll for me. Intelligence check. Please, Mr. Grotus, sir.
Intelligence? It's not gonna be really good. Got it.
Doesn't have to be
Oh,
good, just has to not be shit. Yeah, that's pretty shit. No,
I said I was not smart. I can hit things sometimes.
So, while everyone else is, like, at the end of this, besides learning about, I guess, other names for old things, so you know the language is from it's Daemonic? Daemons. Does it mention where they're from? Probably not. Maybe. Perhaps. I think all you can figure out is that it's some kind of name, like one of the symbols there relates to like a title or something. So the scrap contains some kind of name.
Some sort of name. Okay, well...
In Daemon, which is neither devil or demon, but kind of related.
Can I just copy out that name? Or write it up as best as I can?
Well, wait, what I mean is that it contains like an honorific, like, like it's someone's name. Like, in Japanese, how you say, like, Grotus-san, or Grotus-chan, or like we say Mr., Mrs. That's as far as your translation gets, is what I'm saying. Is that
Okay.
it's like a
I know
name.
it's some sort of name, but I won't be able to discern anything else from that. Yeah. Okay.
Because it's a distinct language from the two, but it's related in some ways. Like, I guess Latin with like every European language, it's similar but different. And plus, I think because I like to make the languages or the cultures related to like real life cultures. We were saying like devils kind of are like very sort of Japanesey, devilish. So what they call it? Not abyssal, infernal. Infernal's very Japanesey. So I guess it would take on some of that.
Ooh. Cool. Alright.
Okay, and I believe Bowman's had to leave. You gotta leave too?
Yeah.
That's cool,
Yeah.
that's cool. I don't know why I thought this would take quicker. I've played enough D&D to know it shouldn't have. Hey, they'll go there and they'll do stuff, and then it's like as soon as you split up, time just grinds to a stop. If you guys are done with the library, does the group have an idea where they'd want to go next? What they want to do? Back to Tashar's? or go on another pub crawl this afternoon.
Nah.
Since
I'll
it'd be
sleep. Both myself as a player and as a character.
yep. It'd be
Nah, I'd probably go back to Tashar's, just regroup. I want to talk to, or I think we'd probably like to talk to Phil about what the heck's going on at the moment.
say Phil.
Like, what are they doing?
Who?
And we probably should discuss whether or not we're going to try and save Merrick.
What do you mean whether or not the
Well, in the ordering of things.
What's more
Are we
important?
going to do that next, or are we going to go back to Banjuul and try and beat them back
well,
there?
well, Tashar did say he has a poker game. No, it was a dice game.
Yeah.
There you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's
so,
true.
We also need to understand what's happening to Elizabeth and her family, or Elizabeth and the boat, and sorry, Elizabeth and the fire and all that sort of stuff. Also, whether we're gonna jump and fucking go back to Banjuul on this
I'm sure
raid.
Tashar could probably teleport us.
Yeah, or what was the
So
other thing?
let's tie up some loose ends here first. But
Yeah,
we
so-
probably need to beat whoever, like, whatever's happening with people going to Banjuul. And then potentially warning them as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, your open kind of threads here, besides Tashar's broom and his dice game, is so find out what happened to Elizabeth. Like, she doesn't appear to be dead because there's no remains. So
Yeah.
where is she? That kind of thing.
And that
Oh.
relates to the piece of paper thingy that I have.
Yeah, so you can assume that the scrap of paper and the tuning fork are clues to that. You know Marek is stuck in the astral. His soul's stuck in the astral. I think you have to venture in there to retrieve it. So that's a known thing, but you don't know the time frame on that. And also, you don't know how time moves in the astral plane.
So those are pretty much our two main quests, though.
And the third one is Banjuul is about to get.
Right.
Yeah.
That whole chest.
And to be honest, I don't know
Not
where
so
and
much
what's happening with
invaded.
Saskia at the moment, but
Yeah, true.
I kind of want to get back before something were to happen, if she
Yeah.
is still there.
So you at least know that there's going to be a bunch of cultist spies in Banjuul looking for some kind of crown or circlet or tiara
Exactly,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but just in case, shit fighting would happen.
Maybe
Okay.
we can what's it called? Maybe we can offer up a fake tiara if they want. That way,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we don't
but-
have. Yeah, we don't have like a description or anything like that of it.
don't we have a tiara already?
The
They're
group.
probably possible looking for.
Mate, I don't know who's keeping track of what's in your fucking bag. So if
You
you've
get
stolen
so
it at
much
some
shit.
Okay,
point,
I think I have a circlet, but it's only for decoration. Because I wanted something pretty.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it is the tiara they're looking for.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
It's been with me the whole time.
I mean,
DM furiously writes notes.
I mean, scribble. Cool. I think that covers us.
So we've got a couple of options. So I reckon, definitely go back and plan what we're going to do in which order, because I feel like there's some things might have a time limit on them and others may not.
Yeah.
And Dan says that having played in Ash's Warhammer campaign.
What?
Oh yeah.
Remember
that
his
kind of shit
campaign
pops up
last year?
bad. Yeah.
So
Wait.
when Ash ran his Warhammer campaign, he was like, okay, the rat people are coming, and like this is what's going to happen, and if they go for one, this is what happens as a consequence of them spending time solving one problem, means the other problems get worse.
Yeah.
I think
It got
that's
very worse.
Yeah, that's my problem with like the whole like Merrick thing at the moment, because I like when we have done this kind of thing before, like 3 weeks has fucking passed when we came back, and I don't really want that to happen again, just in case time gets a bit wibbly wobbly.
yeah, true. So you, in that
Yeah.
case, you went to a demiplane or like a bubble space.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know where the fuck we're going with
Yeah.
this guy. Like that's what I mean. Like that's what's going through my mind. That
I think
as
the
much as he will
main
probably have info, I don't know how
that's
worth
yeah
it
yeah.
it is right now.
It's like you want to say Marek because he obviously knows something, but
Yeah.
it's like, well, what does he know? How does it relate to everything?
Yeah.
What do
And
you
like, is it going to
prioritize?
fuck us up later if time passes differently in that plane versus
Yeah,
what we're
same with
trying to
like
achieve?
the cultists looking for something in Banjuul if you can find it before them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if
Which is
like
probably, that's for me personally the direction I'd be heading
because
in,
of
because I feel like
Saskia and the
everything else
church
can
dies.
come along the way.
Yeah, because then we can kill
No.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Trying to find Saskia as well.
Yeah.
And also, we can still make efforts to explore everything else.
Mm.
Plus, you
Like, we could probably find more information about maybe what's happening with Lizdeth and that type of thing. And maybe she is, I
like
don't know.
if she was taken, where was she taken and why?
Yeah.
And by whom? Like, oh well, I think you know by whom. That's if she was.
I'm sure we could find information along the way.
Yeah.
That would be
Alright,
my vote to go straight
Yeah,
to Banjuul.
I do like the 2 birds with 1 stone sort of thing.
Mm.
Taking care of 2 things.
We
I
might
mean,
find more info.
So
at
Than did say
Banjuul
not
as
to
well.
leave the city though.
Hey.
Ugh.
Hey. Ooh.
But also fuck that guy.
Do it once.
But if we do it from Tashar's mansion, whatever, would he know?
Well, where's Tashar's mansion? Maybe every time you go into Tashar's, you're technically leaving the city.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. So
'Cause you did
fuck
say
it,
it-
we're already in trouble.
Yeah, you did say it wasn't technically in the town.
Well, I
So
did say, well,
therefore, we fucked up anyway, so we may as well fuck up further.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
no. What I've said,
Well.
actually, have I explained Tashar's situation?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I may have missed it. A very good chance I missed it.
I'm pretty sure it's technically in the city. It's just very, very deep.
Okay. Oh.
Pretty sure that's how I explained it before. It's like, no, that's right, because you asked last session about if someone could get in, and he said, because you're asking about the dreams from Xothan last session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if Xothan could influence your dreams from Tashar's, if Tashar's is in a different dimension or whatever, or a demiplane or something. I think Tashar's response was, well, technically it's still in the material and still in Valinga, so...
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that was mentioned. So technically, wherever Tashar's thing is, it's still technically real. So...
Right.
Just using fucking made shit. But so even if his palace isn't entirely in the material or entirely not in Valinga, like, you know, he has the vault, which is definitely a demiplane, and whatever the fuck's going on in that goddamn. That's right, the lounge room. That's right, because you're looking at those doors. It's like the mountaintop screen it's basically like a big TV screen that wraps around the lounge, and there's like a fake wind blasted in from one direction, and so that's like gives you that mountaintop view that the lounge has. So it's like an infinity room, I guess. That makes sense. You know how they have like the white room, and you can't see the corners, except there's an image projected on it, like how they filmed that what was that fucking Tom Cruise movie where he's like alone in a spaceship. They just reprojected all the background. Oh, they did the same in the Martian thing too.
Ah.
That film technique where they have a big screen and they re-project on the screen so that the screen generates light, so it works like a light box, so your background actually casts light onto the actor when they're in the space. But the actual background itself will be filmed somewhere else or CG or whatever, but because they project it onto a screen and then the light from the projection lights the scene. That's how I imagine the lounge room to be. Like you're sitting in there, there's like the permanent afternoon like setting sun with like the purple and gold sky, and it's like a breeze from somewhere, but it's like it's always the same because it's just like a video playing on a loop or something that's just reprojected to the walls of the room. So it's, I hope that makes sense. That's how I envision it. Anyways, fuck this shit, let's go. I'm out.
Cool. Well, I'll
Alright.
talk to you guys later.
We'll see how we go seeing you guys on Saturday, but yeah, I think it should be good.
For build games, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright.
No worries.
See ya.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, they've all left chat. Fuck yeah. For those on watching the VOD or the Twitch, secrets time. It's secrets time. They already have the fucking items Xothan's looking for. They've just forgot it and they took it. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Cool. See you next week. I'm out. Bye.